Howdy, y'all. My name is Jen, and this is the story of coming home. A story about where I came from, what shaped me, and how I've come full circle, returning to my roots in the most unexpected and beautiful way. This lake is more than just water and trees. It's where we grew up. Our parents would bring us here for barbecues, bonfire parties, and late summer nights filled with laughter. It holds some of my favorite memories, the simple moments that became lifelong stories. There's something about a dusty old road lined with trees that stirs something in your soul. These roads raised me. They taught me about freedom, stillness, and connection to the land. Last summer, a forest fire came uncomfortably close to home. It was a harsh reminder of how important forest management is, not just for safety, but for preserving the land we love and depend on. This old shed was built in the 1800s and it still stands strong. Amber and I spent so much of our childhood right here, chasing butterflies, playing in the dirt, and learning what it meant to grow up feral. This is the old homestead. It's aged, it's been vandalized, but it's still beautiful. This place shaped who I am, resilient, grounded, and grateful. These roses bloom year after year, just like the memories that linger here. And behind them stands the old 1800s cabin we grew up in. Alright, y'all, so I'm going to show you something really special. This place is a place that Amber and I spent a lot of time growing up in, and there's a lot of rich history here. I'm really excited to be able to share this with you guys. Now, this old cabin behind me, I believe, I could be mistaken, but I believe it was built in the 1800s. But anyway, it's an off-grid cabin. The only water it has is a gravity flow from a creek above. There's no electricity. Amber and I were here so much growing up because this is where our aunt and uncle lived, and our aunt babysat us a lot while our parents worked. So this is it. Of course, it's all run down. It makes me really sad. When they moved up the hill a little bit further, it was still in great livable shape. They had taken pretty good care of it. But since it's been vacant, vandals have come along. This area where they live is a very popular area in the summer, especially for motorcyclists and stuff to come. And I'm talking about like people who ride motorbikes and four-wheelers and side-by-sides and stuff like that. They like to come up here. There's lots and lots of trails that they can drive on. And so we get a lot of people up here that leave a lot of trash. They start fires. They're just very careless about how they conduct themselves in the dry wilderness. And then they come out and they do things like this. So this makes me sad. Please try to look past the broken windows, the graffiti. It's really sad. It kind of breaks my heart to see this cabin in such disarray, but that's what happens when you leave a house vacant and you have people come along that just don't give two craps about stuff, you know? But anyway, let's go inside. Enough venting. Let's go inside. They used to have a really nice closed-in porch here. There used to be a door on both ends. You can see kind of the door frame, and this used to all be enclosed, and it was all screened in so you could hang out in here in the summer where there were screens and no mosquitoes. The mosquitoes here are awful, awful. I'm hoping this doesn't, like, it's kind of a little scary. So as you can see, people have come in here and put holes in the walls, graffitied it all up. There used to be a really nice wood stove here. Oh look, hey, the door is on the floor. They kicked the door in. Just about every window I think is busted out in here.
I remember when my aunt got this carpet. It used to be white. My cousin built this fireplace hearth out of native stone from down in the canyon down here. Like I said, there used to be a wood stove up there. You can see, like, look at it. It's still in great shape structurally. I mean, you don't see any cracks in the corners. Of course, that tape is coming off there, but it's not even like, I've seen so much worse on remodel houses that we've done. This was the bedroom. This was my aunt and uncle's bedroom for a long time. It's got the old hardwood floors in here that are obviously in awful shape. This room's really small. Obviously there's a roof leak in the roof up here. And then this had been a separate bedroom at a different time, but they ended up turning it into the bathroom. They had finally gotten an indoor flushing toilet. And then my uncle built this really awesome shower. Oh dang, it looks like they broke it. Those turds broke it. But look at the tile work in here. My uncle was doing a really good job. And I believe it had a river rock floor. But I think he was doing a really, really good job in here. Here was the kitchen. The stove, she used to have a stove and like a dinette thingy that sat on this side. Actually, she had a stove over here, I think. And forever, she just used a grill outside. She didn't have a stove inside. Yeah, but this was the kitchen. My aunt painted it red because she went through like an apple phase for a while. There's a second door to go in and out. What the heck happened to the faucet? It looks a little funky. Then there was back here. Oh, that worm fell off. Dang. I'm kind of a little sketchy. A little nervous to walk back here. Before they turned the other room into the bathroom, they had a bathroom in here. And obviously it collapsed. There's the toilet. There's the shower. And the whole thing just fell off the building. That roof right there looks really bad too. Oh, and a bunch of wasps. Wasps have taken over. And then there's this covered walkway. I don't even know if I'm sure I want to go out this way. Let's see, I'll just tap it with my feet. Make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Whoop, okay. Here's a little shed. This shed's super cool and old. As you can guess, we spent a lot of time out here underneath this big oak, or a big tree. I don't even know what kind of tree that is, actually. We spent a lot of time in the shade under this tree. When my aunt and uncle had first moved here, you couldn't even see this other little cabin over here. That's kind of like a mother-in-law suite or whatever, but it was everything between this cabin and this cabin was all blackberry bushes. My aunt worked hard for years and years and years to get rid of all the blackberries through here so she could have a front yard. Let's walk over to this other small building. See what we can see. I bet it's all tore up also. We used to have big bonfire parties right here in the middle of the yard. I have a lot of good memories here, guys. A lot of good childhood memories. Ooh, this place looks bad. Let's go inside. But here it is. This is kind of a little room, like a sunroom on the front of it. Just kind of go in a circle so y'all can see. It's full of trash falling down. This is not how they left it. This is what's happened since vandals have come along. Now this house, this little cabin, is even older than the big one over there. Here's the little room inside. There's another room back there. I don't remember what that was used for. I don't remember spending a lot of time in here. But yeah, so that's what happens when wild animals and wild people get a hold of things, you know? That's probably a bicycle from, that was probably mine and Amber's bicycle or something when we were growing up.
Sometimes the best way to look forward is to look back. These old photos may be grainy and outdated, but you can still appreciate how wild and feral we were growing up. From mud pies to climbing trees and disappearing into the woods for hours, these moments built the foundation for everything I believe in today.
Check out this apple tree, guys. This thing puts off the best apples. I can actually see several of them up there high. You can see the apples on it. It's doing a good job. Oh, you can see the apples down here, down low too. So what's funny about this tree is if you look at it, it's very dead. It's very dead. It's hollowed out dead. I honestly do not know how this tree has survived this long, but it's been dead for a few decades. Look at that. I wonder how well you can see that on camera because it's very, very dead. It's barely hanging on. Wish the apples were ripe. They're Granny Smith, one of my favorites. And then this beautiful field of purple flowers. Does anybody know what these are? Look, there's a bumblebee on that one. Can you see him?
Thank you, Vatrer, for sponsoring today's video. This is my dad, Jim. He's spent most of his life living off-grid and working hard for what he loves. He's completely reliant on solar power out here. Dependable batteries aren't just convenience, they're a necessity. It means the world to me that Vatrer is stepping in to help my parents. This is more than just a product. It's a kind, family-centered gesture we'll always remember. Here's what makes Vatrer's 24-volt, 200 amp-hour LiFePO₄ battery so impressive. With 5,120 watt-hours of energy and 5,000 plus life cycles, it's built to last. The 200 amp built-in BMS protects against overcharging, over-discharging, overheating, and short circuits. It charges fast, up to 100% efficiency, and supports a high power draw of 5,120 watts, ideal for tools and appliances. It's IP65 waterproof rated and safe to mount in any position, even outdoors. It has self-heating and a low temp cutoff, making it reliable even in cold conditions. And it's made with automotive grade cells and backed by UL certification for safety. All of this adds up to a powerful, dependable system, perfect for a full home or off-grid use.
Hey guys, this is my dad, Jim. Hi, Dad. Yeah. So, I want to give a special shout out to Vatrer. They specialize in LiFePO₄ batteries for home, RV, boat, all your LiFePO₄ needs. I've worked with this company before. I actually have one of their 300 amp hour 12 volt batteries, and I love it. It is awesome. I love the app control. I love that you can go in and you can see exactly what's going on with your battery in real time, and not need any extra special equipment for that. It's also self-heating, which is cool. This one is a 24 volt 200 amp hour battery. Well, it's actually 25.6, but it's a 24 volt battery for a 24 volt system. And it's also got the app and the self-heating. So, Dad, why don't you tell us a little bit about how long have you been off grid?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. He's a newbie, y'all.
Yeah. No, I've been living off grid pretty much my whole life. I've been out here on this property about 11 years now. I have a system already, but the batteries are wore out. I have a 12 volt lead acid batteries and a 24 volt system. It's all old school. It's, my system is probably 30 years old. I mean,
that's really old for solar.
Yeah, it's like the first ones that came out.
Yeah.
And anyway, they're about wore out. So now I have these batteries, and I need a charge controller, inverter.
First off, thank you, Vatrer,
thank you
for helping upgrade a system. When I reached out to them and told them about this, and asked them, my dad and my mom are both disabled. They live off grid, which kind of makes things easier in a way, but also things are harder, especially when your power grid.
It's winter time, and you got 6 feet of snow outside, and the batteries go dead, and you're totally without power.
And you can't go to town and get gas.
Yeah,
and
you're stuck. We've been stuck up here for 2 or 3 weeks at a time.
Right.
Because, we've had, right where we're sitting, we've had 7 feet of snow on the ground.
That's a lot of snow.
Yeah, and I love it.
Yeah.
I make sure that I have everything I need, but sometimes when the sun's not out, you don't have power.
Right.
Because that's all the power we have.
Mm-hmm.
And,
And so by upgrading his batteries, he's going to be able to save a lot of money living on a fixed income. I know that a lot of you in my audience also live on a fixed income, and by upgrading his power system like this is going to save him a lot of money because it's going to be a lot more efficient. His batteries are old and wore out, so they are not performing at all like they should.
My batteries will only put out power for about 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then that's, then we're done. And I got to start the generator.
Mm-hmm.
And the generator costs about $200 a month just for gas.
And that's when he has sun to run his solar. Or to charge your batteries, right? So.
Well, and I try to always have gasoline for the generator because that's how I have power.
And that he needs it to run his refrigerators. That's pretty much the only thing you have to have it for, right? Is to run your freezer and your refrigerator. And lights. I mean, but you can go without lights. But you need a place to store food. So, thank you. I want you guys to know.
I want to thank you guys all very much for this.
Not only does Vatrer make a good product, like I said, I've worked with them before. I've used my battery for about a year now, and I haven't had any issues with it. I really, really like it, and I'd love to get more. They're very affordable compared to other batteries their size and likeness. But not only do they make a great product, but they also have heart. That's not something that you see in a lot of companies these days, When I reached out to them and I said, hey, would you, be interested in sponsoring an upgrade for my dad's solar system? It really meant a lot when they said yes. It wasn't about how many views the video is going to get or how much money they're going to make. It was about helping somebody who could really use it. So, thank you. Thank you, Vatrer, for that. That means a lot.
Thank you.
But anyway, so I wish I could show you guys us hooking this up and it working. However, this deal kind of came through at the very last moment, and we didn't have time to get the other components of his system. So he needs a charger, a charge controller, and an inverter. So
and this company has one. It's a one-piece item. You know, and it has all three of those in it, so I can hook up my solar panels and hook up these batteries and hook up my house to that one unit.
Yes, yes. So, and what is that? He wrote it down. What was it that you needed exactly?
It's a Victron charger controller inverter. It's 30 amps.
Is that the 3,000 watt one?
Or 3,000 watts, yeah.
Yeah, 3,000 watts.
And that's, that's what I need to run my house.
Yep. So, that one more component, that all-in-one component, and you will be set.
Yep. I'd definitely be set for probably the rest of my days.
Yep, and that would mean a lot to him and a lot to me. So, knowing that at least I was able to help in some way.
Right.
So,
and I appreciate it very, very much.
Dad's been there for me all my life, and I'm happy to finally be able to give something back to him. So, yeah, anyway. You got any final words to say, Dad, about being off-grid and...
No, just off-grid is where I belong. I've never lived in a city. Never will live in a city. I like the peacefulness of being out here, and it makes it a little bit harder sometimes. When you're 10 miles out on a dirt road, it makes it a little bit rough in the wintertime.
It takes about, I'm serious, it takes about 45 minutes to drive that 10 miles to town because it's a rough dirt road.
And sometimes when the snow, we've got a plow to be able to plow the road, but sometimes it takes 3 or 4 days to plow the road for 4 miles.
That's if you don't have a bunch of downed trees on the road.
Well, that's with the downed trees on the road.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we always have downed trees on the road. That's just wintertime.
Okay, that's an everyday thing, I guess.
Yeah, well, every winter thing.
Every winter thing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, actually, in the summertime, we've had trees across the road.
Yeah, so you better have a chainsaw in the back of your truck or you're not going to town.
Yeah, that's one of the necessities of going to town. You have a chainsaw and a shovel.
Yeah. Because you might need one of those, one or the other, or both. But anyway, guys, thank you again, Vatrer, for sponsoring today's video, sponsoring an upgrade on my dad's solar system. It means so much to us.
Yeah, it means the world.
Yeah. If you're in the market for a LiFePO₄, you're looking for something reliable and you want to support a company that has heart, please don't forget to check out the link in the description. I'll also post it in the top of the comment section so it's easy to find.
And thank you very much, folks. You have a great day.
Yeah, we love y'all.
My parents have carved out a beautiful life here. It's not just any home. It's a 2-story, off-grid treehouse in the woods. One that they have built with their own hands season after season. This flag is a reminder that our roots go even deeper. Our history and our sacrifices deserve to be remembered. My mom's flower garden is a thing of magic. Color, care, and creativity blooming in every direction. It's a place of peace and pride.
What you working on, Dad?
Let's put a fuel filter in here. Yeah, I think the thing keeps acting like it's running out of gas. Fuel.
Too bad Wiley didn't come so he could fix it.
I can fix it.
Yeah.
Look at Wiley ain't got nothing on me.
You're the OG, Dad.
Yeah. No, actually he might a little bit. I'll give him that.
Give him that. That takes a lot to admit, doesn't it, Dad?
What's that?
That Wiley is a cool guy. Watch
I
out.
didn't say he's cool. I ain't gonna admit that to everybody.
Can't tell him what you really think of Wiley, huh?
Well, I hope this works.
Me
Let
too.
the battery charge a little bit and see if it'll fire up.
Mm-hmm.
It's full, but still you gotta pump it till you get a little bit of pressure. I really hope that was a problem, the filter. Man, it just, I don't have money to pay for it all.
Yeah. You've put a lot of money into this tractor.
Yeah. Well, if it's not this, then I'm going to clean the fuel tank out and make sure it doesn't have shit in it. Make sure the fuel lines don't got stuff in them. And then if that's not the problem, then it's a new pump. And that, I don't know if this little tractor's worth paying that price. Actually, it is worth paying that price.
Yeah. Yeah, I would never, our tractor's so valuable.
Yeah. Hey, this little tractor, I mean, you look around here, this little tractor's done all the earthwork around here.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
It's little, but it can, right?
Yep.
The little tractor that could.
Yep. Nick, yeah!
Yeah, boy, it gives me that luck.
Yeah, she's your lucky charm.
Yeah, it does. It's all night. Something like a foot. Not just like it was. You know, where it was trying to run out of gas.
This cute little guy right here is Daniel. These next few minutes are something I hope Daniel and my dad will cherish forever. Watching them work together, side by side, reminds me of how valuable these moments really are. It's more than just helping on a tractor. It's about connection, patience, and learning the old ways firsthand. There's a kind of magic in watching generations share purpose. And now, I'm raising my own children the same way, off the grid and down to earth. We're raising kids who will lead the future by learning from the past. Kids who value faith, family, and freedom. Kids who will someday grow into strong, happy, and productive adults.
High five! Yeah!
today. I'm living off the land, doing what I can. The sweat on my brow and these two bare hands. Don't need nothing fancy, don't need no brand. Just the good Lord's earth and a place to stand. One rock, one stick, one dream at a time. I'm building this life with what's already mine.
Living off-grid isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. Every row planted, every harvest pulled, it's freedom, responsibility, and reward all wrapped into one. We don't get these moments every day, so when we do, we cherish them. Food, laughter, stories. This is what life is really about. As the sun sets on our visit, I leave with a full heart. There's something special about returning to your roots, but even more powerful is growing something new from those same roots. This is home now, nestled between the Ozarks and the Ouachitas, where the soil is rich and the future is wide open.
With the wind at our back and the sky so wide, we've got everything we need right here inside. Living in the hills where the world slows down, where the trees stand tall and the stars come out. We work the land with a steady hand, thank the Lord above for this promised land.
We started our homestead in April 2024, and every day since, we've poured our love, sweat, and hope into it.
Late at night, we're sitting by the fire with the moon shining bright. We're carving out a life here, the rivers run free, and every single moment feels like it's meant to be. With the wind at our back and the sky so wide, we've got everything we need right here inside.
Our garden is thriving, just like our family. Every seed planted is a promise to our future and a tribute to where we came from. This is Fort Wiley, built from scratch and with lots of grit. This is our off-grid camp, our home base, our dream come true. And this man right here, Wiley, is my rock, my partner, my teammate in all of this. I couldn't be prouder or more grateful to build this life beside him. His heart is as steady as his hands, and I'm so blessed to share this journey with him.
And stars come out. We work the land with a steady hand. Thank the Lord above for this promised land. Living in the hills, it's a life that's real. With every step, there's more to
Just in case you forgot, we also have goats. And we plan to get more livestock in the future.
living in the Arkansas hills. Yeah, this is how we're living in the Arkansas hills. Yeah, this is how we're living in the Arkansas hills.
Thank you all for watching. If this story touched your heart, do me a favor. Smash that like button, ring the bell, and let me know in the comments what part of this journey spoke to you the most. Until next time, love your people, grow your roots, and live free.